Welcome to the Stop Over Drinking and Start Living podcast, where high-achieving, goal-oriented rebel women come to learn how to live a vibrant and fulfilling life without requiring alcohol to get through it. No labels, no judgments, no saying you'll never drink again. Just real proven methods to help you stop rebelling against yourself with alcohol so you can drink less and do more. I'm your host, Angela Mascenik. Let's dig in. Welcome to episode 97, The Power of the Pause. Well, hello, my amazing friends. How are you all? Oh my gosh, you guys are the best. Seriously, I've received so many emails and your submissions to the iTunes review contest. So to give you guys a little background, if you haven't heard about it, is I'm holding an iTunes review contest, and I'm entering you, if you leave me a recent iTunes review, to win a $100 Amazon gift card, because we are coming up on the 100th episode of the Stop Over Drinking and Start Living podcast, and I want to celebrate you, my loyal, amazing listeners, and the podcast. So I want to share this podcast with as many people as possible, because the more people that know about the podcast, the more people it helps. So I am encouraging you all to leave me an iTunes review. I have now almost published 100 episodes without commercials every week for 2 years, and I want a little review from you guys. So if you guys love the podcast, it's helped you make amazing changes, follow the instructions in the show notes. Just click through the links here in the podcast episode to learn how to leave me an iTunes review. It's actually not complicated at all. And then send me an email at angela@angelamascenik.com with the title of your iTunes review and anything else you want me to know. And I'm going to enter you into winning one of 3 amazing $100 Amazon gift cards. So today on the podcast, I'm announcing the first winner. So the title of her podcast review was called Making Changes, and this is what she wrote. I have been over drinking for the last 5 years or so. I was waking up disappointed and tired every day. I had never listened to any podcast previously and found yours in July. Started to listen and became hooked. After a few weeks, I joined one of your free week-long Stop Over Drinking classes and actually started to do the work necessary to help me make better choices and drink less. I have gone from 4 to 6 bottles a week to 2 to 4 glasses a week. As a result, I have also lost 8 pounds. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Kim. Kim, that is amazing. Thank you so much for that amazing review, and I am so excited for you to go from 4 to 6 bottles a week to 2 to 4 glasses a week. Is a huge accomplishment just by listening to the podcast and doing some of the free stuff. That is a huge accomplishment. Bravo to you. Thank you for your review, and I'll email you about getting your $100 Amazon gift card. Thank you so much. So listen, if you guys want to have similar results to Kim, that's what we do all day long in my Stop Over Drinking program. Kim did this on her own, but a lot of people have tried to do it on their own and haven't made the results and had the success that they want to. So they joined me in my small group coaching program called Stop Over Drinking and Start Living. And I am closing off registrations for that program in about less than 30 days. So you have to get your applications in. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait till 2021. And I'm raising my prices at that point, because the value that I offer and the amount of coaching and support, daily support and tools that you learn and the changes that you make are worth a lot. And I want you to step into your own power and invest in yourself and do this work once and for all. And there's no other program like mine. All right, so get your applications in. You have the support that you need throughout the holidays and through the start of 2021. And your life will be different. You'll be drinking less, you'll be feeling better, and on to the next big things that you want to do. Okay? So get your applications in. The links to do that are in the show notes. But today I want to talk to you all about the power of the pause. So many of you are on this automatic cycle of just drinking after work or on the weekends or when things feel stressful or overwhelmed or anxious, right? But to break that cycle, we need to pause and notice what we are doing. There's a shitload of power in a 90-second pause. Okay? If you guys can just give yourself a 90-second pause, you can become very powerful and purposeful with what you do next. So let's play this out for a little bit, okay? So say that you've planned to not drink, right? So I recommend everyone, if you're trying to cut back on how much you're drinking, to not make decisions to drink in the moment. You want to plan your drinks at least 24 hours in advance so you're not at the effect of your primitive brains or your emotions when you do drink, okay? So say you have planned to not drink and your brain starts to look for relief or a break, and you might have thoughts like, I just need a break, or I just want some me time, or it's been a long day, or I have to do everything, and blah, 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 right? Those types of thoughts. You need to be conscious enough of those thoughts and hear them when they are coming into your brain, okay? If you find yourself thinking that a glass of wine would be helpful, or if it sounds good, you need to just pause. Just be like, whoop, hold up, okay? Just literally stop whatever you are doing. Even if you have to pull over to the side of the road, do it. Because that's when we become aware of these types of thoughts. So many of you guys tell me that, before, if you were commuting to work, or even if you still are, if you're working outside of the house, that your biggest issue is from that time you leave the work till your drive home, and you automatically almost pull into the liquor store or the grocery store and get your wine or whatever, okay? So you need to be willing to pause here. If that means pulling over on the side of the road to think and process, that's what I want you to do, okay? You need to be conscious enough of those thoughts and hear them when they come into your brain, okay? So pause. Stop what you're doing. Whatever you want to do it, whatever you want to call it. Pause, freeze, stop. You want to acknowledge that you are having a desire for alcohol and that your brain is saying it would be a good idea. Most of us don't want to do this. We just want to keep going and ignoring those thoughts and just kind of shove them aside. And we might say, whatever, I'm not going to, or we just keep allowing those thoughts to get bigger and bigger and louder until we just find ourselves pouring a glass without even trying to not. Okay? We don't want to do that. The first whisper of an idea that your brain is suggesting that it would be a good idea to have a drink and it wasn't intentionally planned in advance, you want to pause and get super conscious of those thoughts. And you ask yourself, what am I thinking about drinking right now? Like super curious, not judgmental. It sounds like this. Interesting. My brain's telling me it'd be nice to have a glass of wine right now. What am I thinking? Uncover your thoughts here. Not a question like, what am I thinking? Like, you shouldn't be thinking that. Are you guys following me on that? Don't be judgmental. Be curious. Like, what am I thinking? In a gentle, open, curious way. Okay? Like you were asking a young child a question. Like you're really curious to find out the answer. Uncover your thoughts here. What is your brain saying to you? Listen to what it's saying. Okay? And then take a few minutes to analyze and question those thoughts. Are they true? Would having a drink right in this moment give you what you actually need? Would it help anything? What would drinking actually help you do in this moment? And the answer is probably a whole lot of nothing, right? Like what you actually need is probably to unwind, to maybe do a meditation, to go for a walk, to take a nap, to lay down on your bed, to process and feel, right? So often, like we look to alcohol to solve all the things, tiredness, overwhelm, anxiety, joy, happiness, right? We don't need alcohol to solve those problems. And half the time they're not problems. We're just used to our brain delivering up this thought that alcohol is the solution. We haven't been willing to pause and challenge those types of thoughts, right? So really what you want to notice is what your brain is saying that alcohol will help you do. And be honest. Tell yourself the whole picture. Okay, get real with the truth about what drinking today or in this moment actually will do for you. What will drinking in this moment steal from you? What will drinking in this moment prevent you from doing? What will drinking in this moment cause you to feel tomorrow? Paint the full picture, the whole story. Then decide or recommit that you are going to allow yourself to feel the urge to drink as an option to drinking. You don't even need to take drinking off the table right now, but give your brain another choice here. It's like I could drink, or I could allow and process the urge to drink. I could try and process the urge to drink and see what happens. Okay? Honestly, this takes the pressure off the decision to drink. It's like you aren't saying no, you can't, which often your brain wants to rebel against, right? You are saying, hey, let's give this a try first. It's an alternative. It gives your brain a choice, and us mere human mortals like that. Especially if you are a rebel at heart, right? Us rebels don't like a hard line drawn in the sand, especially when it comes to being told what we can or can't do. What we like are choices, right? You, rebel, you have a lot of power in this moment. You can choose to pause, acknowledge your thoughts about wanting to drink and or eat, and tell yourself you can eat or drink and go down that path, or you could process and feel the urge to do it. But you don't have that power if you don't pause and acknowledge what is going on in your head. You will always have the power of a choice no matter what. Don't tell yourself anything else here. I think so many of you guys are afraid of the urges and you don't want to acknowledge that, because if you pause and acknowledge your thoughts about wanting to drink, you're scared that you're going to feel the urges to drink and that you will drink. But listen, most of you end up drinking because you are avoiding these thoughts and urges, right? Think about your own behavior here. How has ignoring these whispers and urges helped you not drink and not want alcohol so much? It doesn't help to make permanent changes with your relationship to alcohol. What helps to make permanent changes is evaluating those thoughts and feelings, being aware and curious about them, and open to processing them. We can't make changes, permanent changes, unless we're willing to look at our own thinking when these thoughts come up. What happens is that if you decide that you'll become curious about these sneaky whisper thoughts and you shine some light on them when they pop in your head, is that you will start to poke holes into the lies that your brain is telling you. You'll go from, I just need a break, to drinking isn't giving me a break. It causes me to not get the real relaxation I need because I don't sleep well. And then I eat more than I want to, and I don't get stuff done I actually want to get done. So I feel even less relaxed and free after I drink, okay? And when you can start thinking the latter, your relationship with alcohol changes. Your brain starts to automatically think different thoughts about drinking, and you will naturally drink a heck of a lot less. But if you don't allow yourself to see those thoughts, you miss the opportunity to change the way you think about alcohol and process the desire that you have for it. We are scared of the desire we have for alcohol. We think we won't be able to handle it. Well, you aren't handling it right now anyway, right? You're just white-knuckling and avoiding and holding your breath and likely giving in, feeding that desire to be stronger next time. When you give yourself that pause and get curious and allow yourself to feel that desire to drink, you'll quickly see that you have so much more power and control than you realized. Telling yourself you want to feel and process the urges puts you in the power seat. Instead of it just happening to you, you're saying, yes, I want this to happen. This is power. And when you pause and process and allow yourself to feel that desire and process it through, you reduce your desire. Allowing the desire reduces the desire. Okay? Are you following me? Allowing your desire to be present and you notice it and you allow it space to be there reduces your desire. Okay? It doesn't feed the desire. Allowing the desire doesn't make the desire grow. It has the opposite effect. Allowing the desire and the urge makes it go down. I know this sounds crazy, but you guys, this is true. This is what happens because when you allow your urges and process them and you breathe and you stop resisting and you're basically signaling to your brain that there's no issue here. There's no reward on the other side of the urge, so your brain will go through some motivation to get you to go do something else that has a reward on the other side of it. And your brain won't keep delivering you this strong urge all night long if you allow and process it. Allow it some space to be felt, breathe it in, and allow it to be there. Avoiding makes it louder. It wants to be heard. So it's just going to keep getting stronger and louder and harder to resist. Okay? Makes sense? Don't be scared of this. Go into it with curiosity. Try the I could drink, or I could process and feel this urge and see what I'm thinking right now. Slow down, pause, stop, and breathe. Do it the first time you become aware of it. Once you get good at this, you'll be able to move through them in under a couple of minutes. It's not a big thing, I promise you. And if you do end up drinking, now you have information and data. Now you are able to identify the thoughts and the feelings you are having, and you can have a plan for how to change your thoughts next time and understand your feelings more. Either way, the power of the pause holds so much power in your road to stop over drinking and to start living. Tap into that power with a simple pause. The power there is very strong, and you have the capability of pausing and tapping into your own power. You all do. All right, my friends, the power of the pause. Also, just a couple updates. I'm having another free masterclass on November 16th. It's called How to Not Overdrink During the Holidays. Okay? Click the link through the show notes to register for that class. Don't forget to leave me a podcast review for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. And get your application in now before I shut down enrollment for my 6-month amazing group coaching program called Stop Over Drinking and Start Living. I love you all so much. Take care. Bye.